ladies and gentlemen, this is round 3. This is number 3 of the official number 4 of the total. We're just gonna go with the running total. That's 4. And man, we've got some anecdotes. Wow, I got pages and notes. Pages and notes. What's today? Today is Wednesday, day before Christmas, December 18th is at the time of recording, and this will be coming out sometime in the next couple of days for some Christmas cheer. Okay, so there was this video that I sometimes will go on Snapchat, and I will, just for entertainment, I'll go to, what is it? You swipe all the way to the right and you start getting the advertised stuff, and all of it's just the stupidest content in the world, right? Just all so lame, the clickbaitiest things, like the thumbnails are hilarious. What do we have? Snap Originals, The Dead Girls Detective Agency. He's famous, now he's dead. What happened? I mean, none of those things... He's famous has nothing to do with now he's dead. You know, they just... Maybe I'm just not on their intellectual level. They just create stuff so well that it's metacognizant. That they're on a whole other level of communication. I'm not efficient. Me Too. Another racist white woman has gone viral. I mean, it's not an epidemic. Or do they just literally mean another one has happened? This is more than just one. Another electric car company. Another electric car company has released a new technology. See, you know, that sounds like, when you say it like that, it sounds like there's a bunch of electric car companies that are releasing new technology. But not the case. And of course, the thumbnail is some crappily edited picture of a girl going, pursing her lips like she's going, you need to step back away from me. Step back away from me. It's like, whoa, what did you just say, man? Another racist white woman. And this was today. Let's tap on it.
Okay.
Wow.
About it. You can call me whatever you want, ma'am. Without an ID, I'm not letting you upstairs.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that's just... what I don't understand is how nowadays everybody has a camera. Always. And everybody knows that everybody has a camera always. But people will still be racist. It's like everybody knows that it's wrong now. Like a few hundred years ago, some people were just, ignorant, like little kids maybe that were raised by racist people were like, no, I don't know. I guess everybody did know it was wrong, but it's like nobody defends it anymore, racism. Whereas it used to be like, oh, that guy's racist, but I can say my stuff outwardly because I have other racist people that support me. But now it's like, dude, if you do that, everybody backs out of the picture. You know, like when the newscaster starts talking about, it's like that, like when Kanye West is just randomly, the guy gives the statistics, yes, and we estimate there is about 100,000 injured, and several have also lost their lives with the hurricane and everything. And our hearts are going out to them, and we hope they're all doing fine. George Bush doesn't like black people. And then just the guy's face right after that is hysterical. But it's as if Kanye West, imagine he had a comment like that, but it was like a 2-minute straight tirade, and that other dude would have been stepping out of the frame. He's like, I don't want to be associated with this. That's what racism is like now. Or at least when it's viral. Is people are like, no, man, you're alone. Back to the main point, you're always on camera. You're always being recorded. because people are on their social media and everything all the time. How can you how can you think this is not obviously going to be posted everywhere? People are crazy. People are crazy. That's what it is. Wow. Whether she's actually racist or not, she's acting like the worst human. So it makes it easy to believe she's racist. But I also feel like she's just an idiot and is just mad for something that's probably her own fault. And then her brain goes, what's the worst thing I could say? And then it's a racial slur. So even then, I guess she knows it's bad. Or maybe she's just racist. Who knows, man? But hey, man, they're capitalizing on it. I clicked on it. Shit. I always try never to click on them because it gives them views, but I guess for the sake of content. What I'll normally do is I'll read the clickbait title and then I'll just Google that. And what blows my mind is how infinite this thing is. I can swipe forever and it'll just keep loading more things. How narcissistic do you have to be to have like a public story? Where it's like anybody in your area can watch? Hey, man, unless you're the Pope, or perhaps the president, or someone else who matters to some extent, how about unless you're those people, you don't have a public Snapchat because nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about it. Even the people that you think care, the ones that follow you and are your friends on Snapchat, even they don't watch your story all the time. So, but the fact that people are doing it means people are watching it. And those people are the worst people. Because those people have time to scroll through all of the Snapchat content and watch other random human beings go about their day. What? That's the age we're in. Is where someone will be doing nothing with their day and living through someone else. That seems a little dystopian. It's weird. And they're satisfied as long as you just order anything you want to your house. Whatever you need, always. Live on the toilet. And you're fine. It's self-sustaining. You can just experience life through somebody else's Snap story. So you don't actually have to do anything on your own. Wow. That's crazy. What's this one? Slick. The best barber in town. Meanwhile, the thumbnail is just a buzz cut. So, easiest haircut that there is. Not impressive. Put another thumbnail. Wave check. That guy's got some pretty dope waves and also a bald spot, so maybe crop the photo next time. All right. Block Squad, which looks like a knockoff of a Minecraft spin-off, and it's a cartoon. See, that's the thing. A lot of this stuff is directed at either like those losers I was talking about that just live their life constantly when they're on their phone, they're watching somebody else's stuff. Or kids, like little young kids. Like whenever there's something so stupid on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, Snapchat in this case, and it's popular, and you're like you see the views and you see the likes, you're like, what the it's kids. It's because it's kids. And they literally don't know good content when they see it. And they're not supposed to. Well, actually, no. Good content is universal. Like, there are kids' shows that are still great. Like Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. That stuff is timeless. Because it was well made. Because they knew their audience. Like, Shrek is always going to be good. Because it's got the levels. And now, of course, it's reached meme status. Several years ago, that began. So it's on, you can't stop it, man. You can't stop Shrek. So it's going to be around forever. Where it's like, everybody can get something out of it. Then that's how it's going to be timeless. And not everybody that's alive now, but it's like each type of human. Like people that have been around the block. People that are just now starting to walk down the block. And people that are like learning how to walk at all. Babies, adolescents, boomers and up, and in between. Man, what the hell is it talking about? That's going to be, how many times are we going to be able to say that? Yeah, just content being bad. I guess that's what I was saying. Because there's some movies that we still watch today, but then there are other movies that did not stand the test of time. We're like, oh my god, the acting is so bad. Speaking of bad acting, oh my god, I started watching the Vanessa Hudgens Christmas movie, Night Before Christmas, and I wanted to do some sort of movie review podcast special, but it would be so hard to unless to have you watch along on your own, but then you'd have to have Netflix, and then we'd be like, okay, start play now. Actually, that might be a cool idea, and then just have my commentary running, like music, Mystery Science Theater 3000. Actually, maybe I will do something like that in the future. I'm glad I've got this note of it now on recording. A pretty cool little experience. That was I had this idea back in middle school, whenever dubstep started becoming a thing, right? And I was not on board with it in the beginning. I never got into dubstep, and I never really got that Skrillex vibe. But I did like some of it. I was like, okay, this is kind of fun to be like. It's like screamo, like death metal stuff. I don't listen to it regularly, but if you're playing Call of Duty Zombies, that's the stuff you want to listen to because it goes hard and your adrenaline's going all over the place. So dubstep to me, it was like in the right context, this slaps. But people that wake up in the morning to Knife Party, dude, and they're just going hard all day because dubstep's all they listen to. Oh my god. They just wake up. My alarm will be something like Van More the ba-dum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum dum dum dum. Hey, wait out and we go. Right? That's what I'll wake up to. Or I'll switch it around a little bit. But then there are people back in middle school that all of their alarms and everything were just like and that's how they wake up, and that's what they listen to before they go to bed, and that's what they listen to when they're eating breakfast, and it's what they listen to while they're sitting on the bus and it's raining outside. Oh my god. Everybody else got at least Coldplay or something. They're trying to match the mood. But yeah, so I never really got into dubstep. But I had this idea where I was like, it'd be cool. And the reason I thought dubstep was because I was like, it's very percussive. There's lots of sounds. It's very synth, as in no, it's very MIDI. I shouldn't say synth. I mean specifically MIDI, where it's like, okay, these are not real instruments. It's very digital experience, a digital genre of music. And I had this idea where it would be because I guess I had really been obsessed with 4D theaters for a while, and a 4D movie, and people told me they're it's 4D, and I was like, what's the fourth dimension? What is it? Right? 3-dimensional movies that make sense because it used to be just a flat screen, but now it's coming at you, right? So wow. So okay. So unprofessional. So yeah, they were 3D movies that that was a logical step, 3-dimensional, so it's 3-dimensional. But then they were 4D movies, and it was okay, so they don't mean it science way 4D movie, fourth dimensional, fourth dimensional objects cast a third dimensional shadow, and it's got all this stuff, and it's what the hell is going on? It's not like that. It's just fourth dimension as in another way to experience the movie. That was such a convoluted path to get there. But you know what I mean. So it's there's a fourth thing for you to enjoy. The first three are, I guess, light, right? That was the first thing. And sound was added, actual sound, not just a film score. And that's 2 dimensions. And then the third dimension is a different definition of dimension. And now it's just 3-dimensional, it looks more 3-dimensional. And then the fourth dimension is back the first 2 dimensions, and then it's a way you experience it. So you feel stuff. So you see it, you hear it, you see it in a 3rd-dimensional way, and then you feel it is the 4th dimension. So I really liked how things could be enhanced that way. even though a lot of directors say, and I agree with them entirely, like three-dimensional movies are just a gimmick, and it takes away from a quality film. And I completely agree, because like think about any of the best movies. Making it 3D is like, it's like I was saying with dubstep. It's like in the right setting, three-dimensional movies make sense at least. So it's like it makes sense to listen to heavy metal and stuff while you're playing zombies, because at least it makes sense. You're like, if things in life are going hard, dead are coming, so things in my ears are going hard. But oh man, I just lost my train of thought again. I go on too many tangents. There's a place for it. Was what I was talking about. Talking about dubstep. Talking about three-dimensional movies as a gimmick. So yeah, it's like doesn't really add anything to the film. If anything, it takes it away. So it's like, but if you were to make a film that was specifically designed for it, like where 3D would directly enhance it, then that'd be something else. Like educational films, like if they did that in 3D, and if they had like diagrams and stuff, like Iron Man things, where it's all like floating around digitally and projected and stuff, like an educational film, like a documentary or something. If you use 3D to get a better perspective of stuff like that, that would greatly enhance the experience, because it's like, oh, we can actually see it better, get a better concept of the shape. Maybe like artistic stuff too, like 3D printing, but like in the diagram stage. If that were with a 3D... Dude, this is a great idea. Why? Dude, freaking genius over here. Why wouldn't they... Man. Why wouldn't they use like the display for your 3D printing interface and make that 3D, because we're humans and we get a better concept of it if it's like, yeah, you can tilt it in the thing. But I guess that would also just be a gimmick again, because it's like, well, it works fine. That would just kind of get in the way probably. Yeah, never mind. Not a genius. But point is, it has a place. 40 movies. I've only ever experienced 2. And one was at an amusement park, one was at Baltimore Aquarium. It's like, okay, they'll show bats flying and stuff, or mice running, and then got these little wires under the seats that like flick the back of your calves and your feet, and you're like, oh my god, they're scurrying. And then you get freaked out. And then they have like little misters on the backs of the seats in front of you, so like if you aren't expecting it, you don't see them because you're not looking for it. And then a dolphin will do like, or a whale will go through the blowhole, and then it'll mist you in the face, and you're like, oh wow, what happened on the screen happened in real life, and it's more immersive. So yeah, but it's only like a 5-minute long thing. I remember being really disappointed, where I was like, I want more of that. So basically that's where this idea came from, was that obsession with let's enhance the experience, right? So roller coasters, since dubstep was a thing around the time I was really getting into roller coasters, where I was like, bro, I'm tall enough to ride all of them now, and I want to ride all of them now, right? The peak of adolescent boyhood is like, man, I can ride everything, and I'm not a coward. I'm no longer a yellow-bellied sapsucker. I can actually get out there with a goal and achieve it with my own drive. Such an honorable thing to do. But anywho, my idea was that it was really easy. It was so like, of course, a middle schooler like bridged this gap where it's like, dude, what if when the roller coaster drops, you had a song that dropped the bass when a roller coaster went down? So the bass, you drop the bass, and the bass will go new, and you drop the bass. But then that's like hourly, like AU hourly soundwise waves over through your eardrum. Sound waves, it goes down, and then physically the roller coaster also takes you down, and then it's both going down at the same time, and it's an enhanced experience. It's exponential growth, and an exponential growth graph, a growth for the graph, An exponential growth graph. I mean, I nailed it the first time, and I don't know why I started screwing around with it, but an exponential growth graph would be the shape of the roller coaster as well. And then it's like from an architectural standpoint. So like you get from like the sound standpoint, and then from the feeling standpoint, and then from the architectural standpoint, and then you are just a point on a graph, and that's a full circle. And we could also make a full circle roller coaster. Okay, well that was so fucking stupid. Okay, so the what the hell was I talking about? The roller coaster. Basically, you have a dubstep song that's timed with the roller coaster. And that would be the thing, where it's like, wait, how do we get the timing right? So this was like my multi-level. Now, bro, if somebody steals this idea, Venmo me like $100. Like, if you make a lot of money off of this, I'd love to be a part of it. Actually, dude, don't even send me money. Send me. I wanna get a free admission into the park that you made the thing for, and I want to get first dibs trying out the ride to be like, all right, let's see what you did, and we'll collab on the music or whatever. But if nobody steals this idea, then must not have been that good. But so the idea was that you'd make like a roller coaster soundtrack for each individual roller coaster. So like it'd be timed up with like loop-de-loops and the loop-de-loop and pull, and then your shoes are looking cool, but like the loop-de-loops and the hills and everything. So like you could have things like, and when the roller coasters speed up, the tempo could speed up, things like that, you know, different experiences for different things. You could do it more like volume wise. So like at the more exciting parts, it gets loud, and then at the more exciting parts, it gets fast, or the rhythm gets complex and simple. So there's like a million ways. Oh my God. Sorry if you were plugged into headphones there. Got a little excited and hit the spring on the mic stand. But yeah, so like if you're in all that, oh dude, see, I got distracted again. Man, what the hell was I talking about? Okay, well, oh yeah, there's a bunch of ways to approach making the song for the roller coaster. So there's a bunch of different variables in making a song, of course. So, and you can use all of them and make it like some crazy orchestral thing. But dubstep. Anyway, so point is, the dubstep, it could be specifically dubstep because you could also use roller coaster sounds. You could use roller coaster sounds to make the beats. And that's like another immersive layer. And that would be kind of cool. But then you could also just make a dubstep that's timed up with it. So, yeah. But the thing that you'd be able to market, this is what made it so marketable, is that you have an individual track for each roller coaster and then an album for each amusement park. So it's like the album name, so people can find it easily. They can just search Busch Gardens, right? And then you search Busch Gardens on Spotify, and this album comes up. And then you see all these track listings underneath: Apollo's Chariot, Loch Ness Monster, The Griffin, Alpengeist, you know? And then you can tap it as soon as the thing starts tugging away, you know, where you got to freaking put the strap, either you got to put the strap on, you got to pull the bar up, or you got to pull the bar down. And that's when you know when it's that over the shoulder thing, when it's the over the shoulder thing, you know you're going to be going upside down. And that is dope. So if it's that jaunt, as soon as that, like, because it does the, because they go, riders, are you ready to ride? And then you go, yeah. Or someone goes, I think I'm having second thoughts. And the other guy's like, I pooped in my pants and I'm in the front row. Someone's going to get hit with the poop in my pants. And you're like, dude, at least don't tell me. So, like, what if it doesn't happen? Then you just told everybody that, and the people that matter are going to smell it and they're going to know. It's going to be fine. Don't tell the whole thing. But anyway, they give the thumbs up to the back and the thumbs up to the front, and then they're like, are you ready to ride? Or it'll have like an announcement thing pre-recorded, and they'll play that, and then they ship you off to your doom. The moment they ship you off, tap the track, press play. It's showtime. It's going to be lit. So, yeah. That's one way to make money. Just to have an idea and to go with it. Nothing ever came of that for me. I never really got around to it. But yeah, oh wow, I went on such a tangent. I was gonna pull up the freaking that was the first thing I mentioned. I'm just looking back at my notes here. The sign language thing. There was this wife. Well, it was a thing on Snapchat, and what had happened was, it was like the way, because that's what they do with the clickbait, right? The clickbait, the Muhammad okay, they do with the titles. They do with these titles in the thumbnails. They were like, wife leaves husband, or soon to be bride leaves groom at the altar, right? And then the caption is in like red font, red and yellow or red and white, whatever it was. And it was like a red paint splatter with the white text, left at altar. Or it's like that typewriter font, the courier font, and it's like red or whatever, colors that make you go, oh, negativity. Excuse me. And then you tap on it. Well, I didn't, because too smart. Too smart for that. I didn't tap on it. What I did was I searched it, right? So I searched, oh my God. And that's how I'll find it now. I went to YouTube since I knew it was going to be a video. They were going to be like, and watch what happens next. Come on, guys. Come on down and see what happens next. I'll be like, no thanks. Die. Don't need it in my life. So, bride leaves groom at altar, right? You search that, and then what the first result is the thing that they had used as a title. Bride walks away from fiance during the wedding ceremony, right? And now this title has an ellipses in it, too long. If the title of your YouTube video has an ellipses in it, the title is too long. If the title of your YouTube video has an ellipses in it, the title is too long. Shorten the title. Use an acronym. Thanks for playing. You lost the game. Anyway, the title of the video is, take a deep breath. Bride walks away from fiancé during the wedding ceremony. Now keep your eye on her hands. Well, hey, I've got a question. What the hell is the point of a video description box beneath the video? Time's up. You describe what happens in the video in that box. Not inside the title. And that's just a product of the clickbait culture, with the short attention spans and the instant gratification. It's like, if I have to read the title and I don't know what's going on, it's like what happened to College Humor, in my opinion. Because they used to be like a titan of YouTube, in my opinion. They were some of the first videos I ever watched. The first one I think was Gummy Bear. Oh, I'm a gummy bear. That one. And I think the second video I ever watched was the Harry Potter Puppet Pals, with the Snape, Severus Snape, Dumbledore, and the frickin', everybody would quote the ending of it, Oh, it's not a mysterious ticking noise. It's a pipe bomb. And it's like ridiculous comedy. And I love that, because they're like they clearly wrote good lines, but then they also just know slapstick is funny, so just blowing shit up at the end. And the juxtaposition with his happy disposition and finding a pipe bomb is actually the source of the comedy. So, anywho, the freaking clickbait title is, just, if it's, hey man, if it's good, one person will watch it on accident, and they'll send it to other people, and they'll watch it. And then it'll become viral, and then people will watch it just because it's viral. You don't have to make a stupid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, it looks like, word title. Dude, that's too many words in a title. Thank you for playing. Okay, so anyway, it's posted by a channel called Viral Videos. Very early 2000s to have a channel called Viral Videos. And then it was posted 3 years ago. I don't know if Snapchat was a thing Oh, yeah, I guess it was. It's pretty new. Point is, they're using content from, in an internet timeline, ancient history. Viral video-wise, If a viral video went viral 3 virals ago, then the virality of the viral video is no longer viral. It's vexed viral. Hasta la vista, baby. But anyway, I click on it, right? And so, here. So he starts playing. The wife walks away. The husband, the groom's bride-to-be puts his hands in his pockets. So awkward and insecure at his own wedding. He should be feeling like a kid. Now, I might be reading too much into this. But he makes a face. He made a face that, I mean, I'm definitely wrong. But he made a face that looked like it. The face he made looked like divorce. Now, they're not married. They're not married yet, but they're so close. And the face, what I mean to say is, it looks like the face he made looked like he was thinking, I thought I asked you not to do this. It was the and then it was immediately going, no, well, if I show that on my face, it ruins it. So I guess here we go. So she starts doing sign language, I think. I don't know if she's deaf or mute, or if he is. Well, I guess she's not deaf because she's listening to the music. Well, wasn't there that one girl on American Idol or whatever that was deaf and could sing because she felt the vibrations of the thing? Well, regardless of whether that was just for good TV or not, we'll keep the option that she's deaf open just in case. I mean, it looks like a nice ceremony. They got it's indoors. People are videoing, but like, so. Okay, so it's a very religious song, of course. I mean, it looks like there was a flower girl that just face palmed in the back because probably she's 10 and was like, how long am I gonna have to stand up there? And then she starts playing a song and doing sign language. She's like, oh my, are you serious? She's doing a whole song and it's already your wedding. You don't have to do so much. Like, don't you already have to rehearse for a wedding? And then she did this as well? That's commitment, man. Well, I guess the marriage is also pretty big commitment, but yeah, I think that's sign language. She's mouthing along with all the words too. See, I gotta know more about this because everything I'm gonna say is gonna make me sound like an asshole because it just seems like time and place, right? Like, it's already a wedding. It's already like one of the biggest things. You don't need to add to it. And the reason why I think I'm not alone in this is because nobody in the video is like crying tears of joy. Nobody up front anyway. There might be people in the audience that are so like, oh my God, this is just so sweet. It's like, it's already a wedding. How sweet does it have to be? Good God, I'm going to be a patient of diabetes. If the freaking sweetness goes up anymore. But nobody's like crying tears of joy. Like, the guys in it look like he's just biting his lip and like looking all over the place. By the way, you know how long this has been going, right? It's not even halfway over. She did a whole 4-minute song, dude. And they just have to stand there. And it's just a recording, I think. See, but it's like, are you ever supposed to clap at a wedding? And then they join hands again. Dude, then they join hands again. And they can't say anything about it. So, they just have to experience that, and there's no stopping it. There's no vaudeville Kane that's gonna come in and be like, all right, we are very happy to be here, and we're very happy we're getting married. However, we let's push this along because there's still a reception, and there's still everything that's going on after this, and you're singing an entire freaking song right now, and it's not even like a standard like 2 minute 45 second song, not a 3 minute song, bro. This is a 4 minute song, and you're gonna do the whole thing, and the lyrics are repetitive, and it's also like, what's the point? Just say vows. Oh my god, bro, was that her vows? Was that her vows? Dude, what? She couldn't, dude, she couldn't think of anything and just used a song? Could you imagine? Or did she write it? What is that? What happened? Oh my god, I want details. If anybody knows the specifics. Damn. Oh, dude. And he was like, no, please just write regular vows. Just write regular vows, babe. It's going to be great. I don't want you to do like a whole big thing. And she's like, okay, I'll write my own vows. It'll be fine. And then she's like, compromise. I'll sing my own vows. And then she backs away and the guitar starts and he goes, divorce. Oh, dude. As soon as it happens, as soon as she steps away and the guitar starts and he's like, are you fucking kidding? And he's got to put on a smile. He's like, oh, this is so sweet. Now I have to do this for 4 minutes longer. 5 seconds in, he's lost it. Oh my god. Wow, that's funny, dude. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Yeah. I was thinking about dirt the other day, and I Googled. This might have been a year ago, might have been over the summer. I don't remember when. I was like, wait, what is dirt? Like, what is it? And then everybody's like, oh, it's so obvious, man, it's dirt. But then when you actually start to conceptualize that and think for a moment what that actually implies, where it's like, not even implies, what it says, what it means to the full extent, is if you go, okay, what is the Earth's, now, what is dirt, right? The Earth's crust, if you will. And it's like, well, if you look it up, I'm pretty sure it says it's just like a collection of, organic matter over time that's been breaking down. What is dirt? Here we go. So it says, dirt is unclean matter, especially when in contact with a person's clothes, skin, or possessions, in case they are said... Okay, well, yeah, this is saying, like... But I mean, what is dirt made of? Okay, well, here's some interesting synonyms, I guess. Dust, a general powder of organic or mineral matter. Filth, foul matter such as excrement. Grime, my friggin' name. A black ingrained dust such as soot. Soil, the mix of clay, sand, and humus. Oh, I remember learning about that layer of dirt which lies on top of bedrock. So, it's a mix of clay, sand, and okay, so what's clay? Because it's got all these pictures, of the different, like, layers. So soil is a mixture of organic matter, minerals, gases, liquids, and organisms that together support life. Yeah? But I'm talking about, like, the dirt, the brown stuff. Man, this was one thing that I always was like, while we were learning it in school, I was like, wait, what are the different types of love? Like, this seems kind of cool, and I want to, like, know this, but SOLs make everything move at a different pace, huh? Okay, well, basically it's saying it's organic material, right? Dust is organic. Soil, let me find out what clay is, actually. I'm a little curious on that. But there's the theme is organic. What is clay made of? Geological clay deposits are mostly composed of phyllosilicate minerals containing variable amounts of water trapped in the mineral structure. Clays are plastic due to particle size and geometry as well as other content and become hard, brittle, and non-plastic upon drying or firing. Dude, you can learn so much cool stuff about literally the ground beneath you. And I've been talking about this for 5.5 seconds. And I'm already learning all this stuff about... And then there are people out there watching freaking Snap stories of Tony Giacomo from down the street eating a freaking lasagna. Like, bro, go experience an experience yourself. Or do something else with your phone, man. I got to learn about the world. Literally the world. Right now. But my original point was that the organic material is like... That's how you get a little more respect for how long we've been around. We're like, if something dies, bro... If something dies, bro, like you going out in the woods, dog, and you see these freaking deer over there, get freaking fox. No, not a fox. A fox is a scavenger. A wolf is a hunter. Freaking wolf or coyote takes down the fucking the deer, bro, and freaking kills them, and then it leaves the carcass, and then the parasites come, and then whatever's left over, dude, makes dirt, right? And that's facts. Whatever's left over makes dirt. Okay, and so it might be some bones at that point, right? At very least, it's gonna be bones, and that makes dirt. Now, think one whole entire deer isn't gonna make jack squat for dirt, bro. Even if you just crushed it up as the bones, it might be like a bucket full. Bones got a lot of empty space, bro. They got a lot of stuff running through them, veins and stuff. All that gels and ligaments or whatever. A lot of empty space in there. A lot of heavy stuff we got on us now that the bones don't. So, point is, not a lot of dirt comes from one deer. Even if you got a whole forest full of deer, it would make like a couple square feet and a foot, I guess cubic feet, a couple cubic feet of dirt. And that's like all the deer in an area. And the whole surface of the earth that's not sand or water or snow is dirt. Let that sink in, pun intended. Sink into the dirt, bro. That's a lot of dead stuff. And then you start to think, wait, how long has Earth been around? You're like, oh yeah, millions of years. And suddenly you're like, okay, one forest of deer, maybe not so, but millions of years worth of deer in a forest. Now I can see how there's a lot of dirt. And then you remember it's not just deer. There's also bears, bunnies, plants, snakes, our reptile friends, frenemies, enemies, reptiles. Reptiles are out there. Everything's freaking dying, making dirt, bro. And then you're like, wait, dude, it's also deep as hell. You dig a hole several feet deep, make a pool. That's all still just dirt, man. You're not near bedrock. It's all dirt. And that's how much dead stuff there is. And that's just kind of crazy when you think about it. And now sand is like what rocks are to people. Sand is to dirt, bro. The rocks become sand. The people become dirt. And that's how it is. I'm sorry if you didn't know that. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. But that's how it's gotta be. You're gonna be dirt, man. No matter how expensive your coffin is. Eventually some bugs are gonna get in there and are gonna poop you out. And you're gonna be just like our dinosaur ancestors. Direct descendants. You're gonna be part of the dirt. Welcome to the Earth's crust. Oh my god, and it's on the outside. Do you get the Earth's crust? Which came first? The Earth's crust or the classic American pie crust? Submit submissions below. I want to stop. I want to stop, bro. I want to keep going. So I watched, I don't know if I got into this yet, but But the Vanessa Hudgens, A Night Before Christmas, I think I mentioned that at the beginning and then went on a tangent. It's so bad. I mean, it's so bad in that, I mean, first off, Vanessa Hudgens had a crush on her since High School Musical, the first. Because she's got a very nice smile. Isn't that crazy how a smile can just like, even if somebody's face isn't attractive, if they have a nice smile, man, you're like, oh wow, they're a good looking person. Just from the smile, like if their face is unattractive and they have a nice smile, you're like, well, now I'm actually physically attracted to you just because you got a nice smile. Even if they don't have great teeth. If they have a nice smile, that's crazy. Now, granted, nicer teeth set the bar for how nice your smile can be. But, yeah, there's that. She's got a great smile, Vanessa Hudgens. Also, I like the name Vanessa. So, wish I were Troy, dude. Because if I were Troy, I'd be eternally living out that fantasy. Not Zac Efron. Zac Efron's a little too real. I don't know if I can handle all that. Gotta go to the gym a lot more than I do. That's neither here nor there. Point is, these movies are not great. They're bad. And in a film sense, they're really bad. In an entertainment sense, time and place, dubstep had its crowd. These movies definitely have their crowd, right? Are these crowds film goers? Ironically, some of them, probably. Yeah. For the most part, everybody that watches these movies is on Pinterest. Okay? Derive from that what you will. I didn't say anything negative about Pinterest. Didn't say anything negative about Vanessa Hudgens Christmas movies, except for that they're not good. That didn't say anything negative relating the two. I did just then, but you know what I mean. All that's left is all your prejudices and biases. Pinterest, Vanessa Hudgens movies go hand in hand. Now, derive from that what you will. Derive from that what you will. I'm not going to say one is good and one is the same level of good. I'm also not going to say one is bad and one is the same level of bad. I'm just going to say people that are on Pinterest 100% are also watching Vanessa Hudgens movies and saying they're genuinely good. All right. So, oh man. Excuse me. The script for this movie is, bland. It's just bland. It's not like even it's not like The Room. The script is not bland. It's a bad script, but it's not bland. It's really exciting because of the foreign man who wrote it. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. That's not bland. That's exciting as hell. Because it's coming at you at full speed. As soon as there's a thought, boom, there's a sentence. That's dangerous. And that's entertaining. And that is cinema. These Vanessa Hudgens films, it's just bland. It's like you expect everything to be a version of what they say. Like, okay, they're going to say something like this. And then they do. And for some people, they like that. For other people, they don't. Some people like Pinterest. Other people, they don't. Some people see what's okay about the things on Pinterest and they don't obsess over them. And other people do the opposite of that. Derive from that what you will. But anyway, yeah, so it opens with, I think the description was what? She's lost, she's disillusioned by love. Dude, been made a million times. But the point is that there's also just like functionality, mechanics of the world that they don't acknowledge. One, the night she hits him with her car. And then a cop shows up and she knows the cop. The officer, whatever, he comes over and he's like, wow, I'm glad I was here on time. Do you need help? Let's take him to the hospital. And she's like, yeah, I was going to take him to the hospital. So they took him to the hospital. And then he was like, fine, I guess. And then they leave. But obviously when he went into the hospital, they took his armor off. And he's got chainmail armor and plate armor, right? Okay. he's just walking around with his sword, his helmet. Maybe he wasn't wearing one. Regardless, his sword, his chest plate. I'm assuming he was wearing a back plate. He definitely had chainmail on his head and probably a full suit of chainmail armor. And then also leg protection. And he was riding a horse in the winter in the castle time. So even the boots, like even a pair of boots today, like a pair of Tims, they've got weight to them. Like I don't think I could carry 10 pairs of Tims. Even if they were all like in a box. Now, I could be weak. But I feel like a pair of Tims. You know, I have a pair of Tims across the room. Let me see this. Okay. Okay, so I got my Tims. I mean, these weigh. You could really hurt somebody by throwing these at them. Now, if you kick somebody with it, that's wraps. But, like, these things weigh at least, I want to say, 8 pounds. 8 pounds for these? Maybe more? So, yeah, I guess I could carry it. 80 pounds, I could definitely carry it. But it's like, you're going to be like, there's just shoes in here? And that's just a pair of boots. That was my point. Just a pair of modern boots, let alone the old-fashioned ones that are not made for comfort. They're made for durability and stuff. Talk about Castle Ages, 1300s, where this guy's from. I don't know how far along leatherworking was, but I got to imagine that a knight is going to have a killer pair of boots, right? So those are already going to weigh a lot. Then he's got a chest plate. Let me see. Let's get the numbers on this. It'll be more fun to get the exact numbers of the weight. So let's look up a full chain. Well, knocking over everything on my desk here. Pez dispenser. Full chainmail armor weight. Chainmail armor. I could buy it off of Amazon. Depending on the size of the ring, you know, the individual links in the chainmail, pattern and make of the chainmail, it could be anywhere from 35 to 60 pounds. So let's just say he's a medium build guy. I mean, he's pretty tall. He's a pretty tall dude. But let's go in the middle. So 45. 45 is 15 off the top, 10 off the bottom. Okay, so we'll say that the chainmail itself weighs 45 pounds. We'll say his pair of boots, mine was around 8. Let me get that for sure. How much? Wait, I don't want answers.com. How much do Tims weigh? Pair of Timberland. Six-inch boots scale around. Okay, maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm just weak as hell. 3 to 5 pounds, it says. But I was thinking about the weight of a dumbbell. And I thought, maybe that was only 5. I was thinking about what it felt like to. Okay, so I have muscle atrophy. That's cool. Anyway, 45 pounds, we'll call it, since they're big, long night boots, right? We'll call it 5 pounds. The heavier side for Tims, just in case, we'll call that 5 pounds. All right, now let's look up how much. Now, I know it matters what it's made out of. How much does a chest plate weigh? Wait, is this going to be not armor? Yeah. How much does a breastplate weigh? Allen Antiques. Okay, so this like front one that looks like the sort of like, okay, we'll go like this one. Breastplate thickness. So this is just an antique website, and the guy's got all the specs of each item. So it's not for sale, but how much does it weigh? My guy. Does it have the weight, bro? I don't think it does. It's from 1490. It looks Spanish. Or European, you know. Versus what? They were the only people that were out doing stuff with armor, I guess. No, I guess the Chinese and the Middle East. Wow, I just said the Chinese. I was only thinking about ancient China. Ancient Asian cultures. Because, you know, all the countries get divided and redivvied up all the time throughout their history. All the Asian cultures, you know, they got much cooler armor than everybody else. Older cultures, a longer time to develop crafts. It's fine. Okay, well, he doesn't have the weight of it. So that's fine. None of these are weighed? Guy, I feel like that's a really important measurement. The metal varies in thickness. Wow, dude, this is not even worth it. All the effort I'm putting into this, not even worth what I'm going to say. Dude, why the hell didn't he weigh the rest of them? Okay, so it looks like they average around a breast and back plate seem to weigh around 8 pounds. So 8 pounds. How much does what kind of sword did he have? I think he had a broadsword. Yeah, it was a broadsword for sure, bro. I know my stuff. It was a broadsword. Weight. Now, I know this is going to vary a lot. A weighty issue. Erroneous statements about the weight of medieval and Renaissance swords were unfortunately common. So, it seems that swords were not excessively heavy, nor did they weigh 10 or 15 pounds and more. There's only so many ways we can repeat how these weapons were not at all heavy or ungainly. Remarkably, while one would think a crucial piece of information as the weight of swords could be of great interest to arms curators and arms historians, there's no major reference book that actually lists the weights of different types. Wow. So it seems like the average weight of a normal size one is between 2.5 and 3.5 pounds. So we'll call that 3. We'll call that 3 pounds. Even if it were 2.8, it would feel like 3 pounds, right? Because nobody would say it's a 2.8 pound sword. They'd say it was 3. So we're already at 58.62. We're already at 62 pounds. 62 pounds. What else did he have? I guess he had, like, gauntlets and everything. Okay, why don't I just look? How much does a suit... I mean, I guess he was riding. It wasn't like a full war outfit. No. People ride the horses in full armor. But he wasn't wearing it. Oh my god. Waste of time. Okay, point is, it's like 62 pounds. And that's with like nothing. And then it was also like a bunch of cloaks and stuff, which I know can be heavy. Basically, he was walking around like it was a box of popcorn. No, I guess popcorn can be pretty heavy. Girl Scout cookies. It's like he got a box, like a Target crate, the hand crate that you walk around, the Target basket. Not like a shopping cart, but a basket. One of those full of Girl Scout cookies. He was walking around like it weighed that much. And not full, like pouring over, but like there are 8 boxes of Girl Scout cookies. So, like, all the bottom of the basket's covered. Actually, yeah. So, he was walking around like it was really light, and he wasn't that ripped. And he also just got hit by a car. So I feel like, unreasonable body standards for men, yet again. We're supposed to be able to walk around like 100-something pounds is freaking Girl Scout cookies. Armor isn't Girl Scout cookies. And sorry. Okay, wow, we're pushing an hour now. I guess I should wrap things up. Kind of a lame way to go out, but yeah, Steel Dragons, the old crone that sends him forward in time. I haven't finished the movie, by the way. I'm about 20 minutes. I set an alarm. I was like, I don't want to watch the full thing. I want to get it in doses, because I don't know if I could handle it all at once, and I think it's funnier to like watch it in stages so you can digest it and then reference itself later, and it's ridiculous, the things that are supposed to be tied together. But the old crone says, and there will be metal dragons where you go. That means 2 things. 1, airplanes immediately look like dragons, taking a lot of liberties there, right? And 2, in this world, dragons are real. Now, I've mentioned before how bad movies can be made great if they surprise you with stuff. Like if they just shattered your expectations, how much better it would be. For example, if in this movie a freaking dragon comes into the world and he's got and it just freaking eats Vanessa Hudgens or something, you know, and then it's like a whole different, like, what? But dragons are real in this universe, and I know they're never going to show a dragon. But every universe that has dragons has the responsibility to show us the damn thing. Like Shrek, they talk about dragons. She's locked in the tower, but boom, it becomes a main character, right? At the very least, a B-lister. Donkey's wife. Boom, they showed us a dragon, and they integrated the dragon into the storyline. They did their job. Shrek is timeless. But yeah, so dragons are real. And some of the suggestions I made, let me see. Oh, dude, but there were also so many gimmicks that were like jokes where somebody wrote it and they thought it was funny. Somebody wrote like, okay, he's going to get in the car and she's going to turn on the radio. And for 30 seconds, he's going to switch through stations and he's going to be amazed by each song, right? And it's like the opportunity, you could have had like NWA come up and he starts going like, yo, what's up, Jibba? What's a Jibba? And obviously he's not saying Jibba. And she's like, oh my God, you can't say that. But then anybody who's watching this movie is just assaulted with that word. Like, it's a family Christmas movie, and he's like, straight out of Compton. And then it starts going crazy. Dude, oh my God, wait. Or something, some sort of rap that's just vulgar. Oh my God, what's something? Oh shit, come on. Oh yeah, okay, like Gangsta Gangsta comes on, right? Or I guess Fuck the Police would be good.
Right about now, NWA quarters in full effect. Judge Dre residing.
Just listen to this and like, oh, this is quite interesting. Okay. Yes. Oh, what's a motherfucking E? Okay. Yes, I do. That comes on the radio. That's what comes on the radio, dude. Fuck the police, right? That comes on the radio, dude. And because the bit is that they're gonna have some shitty covers of Christmas songs because they're not gonna spend money licensing real music. This got Vanessa Hudgens' third cousin, who's a music student at freaking East Western University. And he's like, oh, I've got all these songs. And they just put them in the movie and he feels like he's famous. And anyway, they're not going to do that, but they could have put fucking NWA in there. And then instead of having him cycle through 9 songs for 30 seconds, play the first... I mean, since he's clicking through the channels, it doesn't have to start right at the beginning, right? It can start right on there, right? It starts there, and then he goes, "So help me God, yes, I love the piety here. They're pious and they're devout to the Lord above," right? Because he's Protestant, and he loves God, okay? And then he goes, "Oh, fuck the police, motherfuckers. My black ass." What does that mean? And then, oh my God, they get pulled over. And he's just like, "Have you heard the song, Fuck the Police for my black ass?" And then there's a family of 4 watching this for Christmas time, and their faces are the funniest thing, and we'll never get to see them because they're never going to make that movie. They will never... Dude, if I get $1 million, I'm making that movie. It's going to be like a Christmas thing, like so shitty. They come out annually, you know. New ones come out. The bad ones don't resurface. They just get shoved away in a year, and they're gone forever. And it's always Vanessa Hudgens in one of them. And just that movie would instantly be so funny. And I'd advertise it like she advertises hers. Subtly. But yeah, there was another thing where like this guy was with a knife. They were chopping down trees at the farm. This is the last thing I'll mention, then I'll wrap it up. They were chopping down trees to get freaking Christmas trees, right? And he just takes the axe and whacks it once, and it falls over like a domino, and it's perfectly cut 180 degrees. He whacked it with an axe once, chopped it down. And then the guy behind him is with his wife, feeling insecure and like a beta, and says the words, "If he can do it, I can do it." And then he whacks it, and I'm expecting it to not work and watch his wife leave him with the children. I'm expecting to watch that happen. How funny would it be if, "Oh yeah, if he can do it, well, if he could do it, I could do it." And then he swings the axe, and it falls out of his hands. His wife said, "This is why I can never love you. Come on, Janie, Susan, we're leaving." And they get in a car, and the dad falls to his knees, and it just cuts to the next scene. Like they're out of focus slightly. You hear them from, "If he can do it, I can do it." And then he tries to chop it, and then after he fails, like Vanessa Hudgens in the night, they go, "Ah, so funny." And then the focus is back on them. Literally, like the focus racks to them, so they're clear in the picture, and then they're talking. But in the background, we watch the wife say, "This is why I'll never love you," and then leave with the milkman. And then that dude freaking falls on his axe. But dude, what if like he had whacked it and the freaking blade went off and just hit his daughter in the neck, and then just, and like, "Oh my God, Christmas cheer, please, will you save us?" And then he uses freaking 1300s medicine. He's like, "I know what'll stop it," and he throws a bucket of leeches on her. "Merry Christmas and a happy Jew year." So what the hell's going on? Dude, make that movie. I'll watch that movie 100 times every year. I'll watch it 5 times on Christmas. That movie would be so good. It'd be so funny. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week. Thanks for listening. Merry, and if I don't see you before then, we'll hit you with a happy holidays.